Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be reviewing the Magicshine VIVEE 50 taillight. Magicshine markets the VIVEE 50 as a design-forward smart taillight for riders who want visibility, simplicity, and style. It also has a very unique halo style that we haven't seen with other Magicshine lines, with an impressive range of smart features at a very affordable price point. Packaging-wise, you can see just simple cardboard box with the orange and black branding we've seen with other Magicshine products, specs printed on it, and then the run times and lumen output on the back side. I'll go ahead and open this up. We'll go over the full specs. Retail price for the taillight is $39.99. It is a 50 lumen taillight with a 265 milliamp battery. That's good for up to 25-hour runtime. It's compatible with the FTR LightSync, so you can control this from a remote, which is not included. It also has a quick swap battery, which is a really cool feature, so you can actually swap out the battery module and then theoretically extend your runtime or the lifetime of the actual light by just swapping it out. It also has a brake sensor and then the PelotonSync, which will make it automatically sync to other nearby lights, so you get the same flashing mode. You can see the light itself looks quite cool with a cylindrical design. You have the mount and the battery module all inside it. We have the actual mount in the cardboard box, and they do a really good job with packaging. You can see it's all just cardboard. They really eliminate a lot of the extra plastic, and they've used all the little slots here for the accessories. As far as what comes with it, you can see the taillight itself. We have the instruction manual, the warranty card. You get a couple mounts, so you get the GoPro adapter. Then you get the standard seat post mount with a couple different rubber backings, whether you have an aero seat post or a standard round one. Different straps for mounting them, and then a USB Type-C charging cable. Now let's take a look at the weight of the taillight. So the taillight by itself is about 29 grams. And then if you want to do the GoPro mount, that's only 4. And if you do the seat post mount with the standard round backing and the longer strap, it's also very light at about 8 grams. Visually, the VIVEE 50 is an all-new cylindrical design we haven't seen with the other Magicshine taillights or the Seemee series. You can see with the light off, you have this transparent outer plastic ring, and it doesn't even look like a taillight with it off. And then on the inside, you actually have the battery and the button. So it's a pretty sleek design that hides all the contents on the inside. And then you have the LED ring all the way on the back with a very thin plastic backing. There's a USB Type-C charging port on the back side. And then the coolest feature of this is the fact that it is actually a two-piece design. And this is probably to comply with some of the new regulations out of the EU for serviceable electric parts. So instead of having to just toss this when it goes bad, you can see there's a module here, their quick swap battery module. At least at the time of this review, I don't see it on their website yet. So I don't know how much it costs, but it should be a lot less than the actual $40 taillight. So hopefully it's something very cheap you can swap in. And you can see very lightweight. Just has a little contact surface here with the matching contact on the actual taillight. The button LEDs are all placed in the actual light, but it's a very cool design that should be a lot more sustainable. Then you can see it just goes in with a nice click, and then you're ready to ride again. The mounting surface is also the outer portion of this. So to mount the light, you can see it has both a magnet, so you can see how you get close, a lock into place, and a tab design. So you can see there's a little raised edge on the side, and then the matching grooves on the actual mount. And then you just slide it in, and the magnet helps it just kind of pop into place. It's not really necessary, the magnets don't hold it, but it provides some holding force and keeps it from sliding out. So you can see just a little bit of pressure will slide out. But very cool design, and you have GoPro. So you can put this on the back of a seat post, or you can put it on a seat rail, and then for the seat post, they have the seat post design. So you can see very similar design, and they have 2 rubber covers, either the standard round one or a very aggressive one for more aero seat post setups. And then this will just attach using standard strap, and this whole thing is super light, so this should last quite a while, even though this rubber strap is a little bit thinner. And you also have a thicker, shorter one, which is similar to the one they use on their FTR LightSync remote. This taillight is also FTR LightSync compatible, which is really cool, but they don't include the remote, it's just Bluetooth compatible. So if you already have one or you want to pick up the remote, you can pair this with a headlight and then control it with one button. You can see with the light on, it's a very cool lens design. It's similar to the Seemee 50, which had a vertical strip. You can see this one's horizontal, and it actually reflects off the textured surface on the outer ring. The center part's all transparent. It's a very unique design. Typically, you just have a big front surface. With this one, it's transparent on the side, but you get that 360 visibility. So definitely a cool taillight and keeps you visible on the road. And it's very nice that all the contents are on the inside with a replaceable battery. User interface on it is super simple. You just hold the center button. You get the multi-level battery status indicator. This will be green, orange, or red. Holding it will turn the light on and off. And you have the lockout mode. So if you hold the button for about, I believe, 5 seconds, you can see now it's in lockout mode. And this is great for transportation. You can also disable the brake sensor by holding the light button with the light on. You do a double click and then a hold. And with the brake sensor, you can actually sort of activate it even on the desk. You can see it goes to a constant mode when it detects motion. And with the brake sensor on, it also has an auto sleep function. So if there's no movement after 5 minutes, it'll automatically turn off to save the battery. So definitely a cool light overall and a new design for Magicshine. Magicshine has added 5 different modes, 2 constant modes, low with 6 lumens with 9-hour runtime, high with 15 lumen and 4 hours, and then the flash modes which give you much more runtime. You have nighttime flash, which is a pulsing from low to high. Then you have daytime flash, which gives you the full 50 lumen output and 23-hour runtime. Then eco flash, which gives you 25-hour runtime with a little lower output. You can see it's not that bright during the day, but it does have good visibility from closer distances, and at nighttime it looks the best. You also have the brake sensor, which I'm not showing here, but it's pretty sensitive, so it's definitely something you probably want to turn off if you do a lot of long distance riding, as it can reduce the runtime. And overall, it's a cool light, but less functional than the other Seemee light. So it's something I'd more recommend for urban riding or city commuters, rather than road cyclists doing longer rides. Now we've done a lot of Magicshine reviews, so we actually have the Seemee 50. This is the Pro version, which has the similar magnetic style mount. You can see it's just simple tab. Both of these have that transparent lens design with the reflective surface, so definitely cool. So with the 50, you can see it's more of rectangular design, and then with the VIVEE 50, it's also 50 lumen but round, so just different form factor. Nice thing about the vertical design is it really hides, while this one looks a lot more intricate. So you can see it seems like you have more LEDs or just more intricate reflective surface. It's also similar size in terms of depth, but the battery and everything is placed in the middle versus this one being behind. So you get a much sleeker appearance as it looks a lot thinner from the edge. This is only 50 lumen though, so if you want something a lot brighter, the Seemee series has a 300, even a 400, dual LED design and a similar outer ring. They also have the 200 and other variations. You can see this one has transparent ring, but not quite as visible from the edges. And thanks to the transparent design, I think it's a little bit more visible, but a little bit bigger. And it's not as visible from longer distances. So you can see this one actually has a center LED. It gives you a lot more brightness compared to this one, which is just COB LEDs and glow. There's also tons of options on the market. The KNOG copper reflex that we have here actually has a lot more LEDs, but more traditional design and a wraparound shape to it, but a little bit taller and brighter as well. It's also the classic Trek flare, so focused LED, transparent side windows, a multi-LED indicator, which I actually like better than the color indicator on Magicshine, because this one just tells you 4 bars. You don't have to guess what the color is, so you get a little bit more clarity and granularity as far as the battery. But similar size, this one just definitely looks a lot more stylish with the clear design, especially with the light off. There's also cool lights like the outbound lighting blade that we have here, but you can see much bigger, and the lens design is a lot more advanced with these little internal deflectors that look more like a car taillight than a traditional bike taillight, but it's huge. You can see it's almost comically bigger It's 4 or 5 of these combined into one. And there's smaller lights, but I think the Vive has a interesting design that's a lot more unique. What we like about the Vive 50 is they have a removable battery. It's a feature we like to see with more taillights. And even though this one's proprietary, it's nice to see at these lower price points. You also have full 360-degree visibility with that halo style lens. That looks really cool as well. And modern features like the FTR LightSync compatibility and USB Type-C charging port. The main negative of this taillight is it lacks a focus LED, so you don't really have good long distance visibility, and it's not that bright during the day. Taking everything into account, we give the light 8.4 out of 10. It's stylish, but less functional compared to the other Seemee taillights. Thanks for watching this review. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can see more content from us on our website at sweetcyclist.com, as well as follow us on Instagram at The Sweet Cyclist. This is The Sweet Cyclist reminding you to enjoy the ride.